If you're enjoying this podcast from us here at Which, then why not become a Which member? Right now, we've got a special offer, especially for podcast listeners, meaning you can choose any of our 3 membership tiers for 50% off the usual price. Starting at just £39.50 for a full year, you can get Which magazine delivered direct to your door. For the same price, you could also choose a digital Which subscription, giving you access to all of our product reviews, the Which app, and the digital edition of Which magazine. What's more, you'll also be able to use the Ask Which service for personalised one-to-one buying advice. Or why not get a full access Which subscription for just £49.50 for a full year? Don't forget, that's 50% off the usual price. To join Which or to find out more, just head to which.co.uk/podcast offer. That's which.co.uk/podcast offer, or click the link in the description for today's podcast for 50% off a Which annual subscription.
Does your car really need all the fancy bells and whistles? This is the tech that you do and don't need on your car. Hello, it's time for another episode of Which Short, and this week I found a piece from the April-May issue of Which Tech magazine written by Dino Burati from our cars team. Now, new cars rolling off the production line today come fitted with more technology than we've ever seen before, but do we really need it? Or are we being driven to distraction by features that are meant to keep us safe on the road? Here's Dino's piece, adapted for the podcast, this week read by me, James Rowe. If you've bought or driven pretty much any car built within the last decade or so, I bet you'll have noticed that car technology is developing fast. You used to be able to buy a brand new car for less than £5,000 because it had barely any standard equipment. Even the cheapest new cars today cost at least £14,000. In fact, the cheapest car to have all the safety equipment we recommend as standard, that's the BYD Dolphin, is available from around £25,000 new. Despite this, even the most basic new cars come with lots of tech that we think is vital for protecting you in an accident and preventing you from getting involved in one in the first place. You might think that you don't need this tech because you've never had a crash, but increasing traffic volumes and vehicle costs make it even more important than ever to protect you and your car. But don't be fooled into thinking all car tech is a must. Our intensive car lab tests and our UK road testing expertise have uncovered certain types of tech that have notable drawbacks. Take driver attention monitors, for example. As the name suggests, these keep track of how attentive you are while driving. They usually use cameras and sensors in the cabin and are standard on all new cars. The idea is they can alert you with an audible warning if, for example, they detect that your attention has drifted on a long, dull drive. While these systems can be useful, we've seen some that don't really intervene at all, while some can activate within minutes of leaving home. Other systems also activate when on long, straight sections of motorways, as the system thinks you've lost attention as you're on steering, meaning you have to grip the wheel harder to tell the car you're actually alert. Then there's speed limit detection. This mostly uses GPS and online databases to detect the speed limit on the road you're on. It can be unreliable though, as it depends on whether the database is accurate, plus your car needs an internet connection and a subscription to be up to date. The alternative camera-based systems can often pick up speed limits from side or even slip roads rather than the road you're actually on. They've also been known to even misread signs altogether. Many of the latest models of cars have something called adaptive headlights, which activate to illuminate appropriate parts of the road or signs when it's dark. They can be useful, but they're usually optional, and it's debatable whether they're worth the extra cost. It'll set you back at least £1,500. Physical buttons are becoming a thing of the past. Nearly all recent cars come with central touchscreens, but one big issue with them is the position of the touchscreen itself, as it will be hard to use if it's a long way from the driver. Some screens can also exhibit glare because of their coating, which affects their readability. If you prefer using, say, your phone's map or music apps rather than your car's, you could pair your phone with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. This will make the car's touchscreen more familiar and easier to use. So is there any car tech that's actually useful? Thankfully, yes. If you drive in town a lot or regularly reverse off your driveway, cross-traffic monitors could be very useful. When you're manoeuvring and don't have a clear view of your surroundings, they scan to the rear of the car to search for nearby vehicles. Rear systems are gradually becoming more common on new cars, something that's helpful as most have very poor visibility due to thicker roof and door pillars. Reversing or 360-degree cameras can be just as useful if you regularly drive in town or looking for extra help when you're parking. They project footage of what's outside or around you onto the car's central screen, which allows you to judge how far away you are from your surrounding obstacles, making parking in even tight bays much easier. Most new cars usually have reversing cameras as standard, but are sometimes optional. Some also have front or roof-mounted cameras that let you see what's happening at the front and on either side of the car. However, most cars aren't fitted with 360-degree cameras, and they're usually optional if they are. Cruise control comes as standard on most cars nowadays, but is only really useful if you do a lot of motorway or dual carriageway driving. A basic system will hold the car at a set speed, while adaptive cruise control systems will adjust your speed to match a preset distance between you and the car in front. This can be useful in traffic if the adaptive cruise control also has a stop and go system, as the car can follow the vehicle in front when moving away. Both types of cruise control can help to reduce driver fatigue and are easy to use. And finally, blind spot monitors. They are useful, again, if you drive on motorways a lot. They use sensors and cameras to look for vehicles alongside you. Warnings are then displayed on the wing mirrors with a lit symbol or with an audible warning. These are standard on many new cars, but can also be optional. Some allow you to display footage of the blind spots on the car's instrument display, which can be helpful in large cars with restricted visibility.
That brings to an end another podcast from Which. There's loads more for you to read about everything we discussed today. Just head to the episode description for more useful everyday advice. There you'll also find an exclusive offer for podcast listeners like you to become a Which member for 50% off the usual price, giving you access to our product reviews, our app, one-to-one personalised buying advice and every issue of Which magazine across the year. Plus, your membership helps us to make life simpler, fairer and safer for everyone. If you'd like to know when we release a new episode, then make sure you press subscribe wherever you're listening. That way you can be one of the first to listen. And for any questions, comments or anything in between, follow us on social media at WhitchUK or email us podcasts@which.co.uk. Goodbye.
Every year, Which tests thousands of the products that you rely on every day. And we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Which reviews are 100% impartial. We don't accept freebies from manufacturers and we have no owners, shareholders or government departments to answer to. So our work is on behalf of you, the consumer.
In a world of misleading claims and fake reviews, we test everything, from everyday items to big purchases, so that you don't have to.
We then put them through tests and assessments that go beyond the accepted standard to work out how well these products work for you and what's not worth your money. And a Which membership not only gets you access to our reviews, it also funds our non-profit campaigning work, like getting scam ads banned on social media and ending broadband and mobile mid-contract price hikes. And right now, podcast listeners can become a Which member for 50% off the usual price by heading to which.co.uk/podcast offer.